Gonna listen to me again. Okay, so we're recording. I forgot. See, I'm so new to this. I'm so rusty. Summers, it's not long enough, right? I'm just going to jump all the way down to standard form of the equation of a circle really quickly, okay, just to kind of relate the two. So the standard form, anybody recall from last year? I'm going to give you this bubbles here, okay, to give you an idea.
It's x minus h squared plus y minus k squared is equal to r squared.
Do you guys agree?
Yes.
Beautiful. Okay. Now on this set of notes, we are also adding on to half circles. Okay, so let me, 2 half circles, right? Make a whole. No worries. But in calculus, you're going to have to recognize it immediately, so that's why we're going to talk about it now. So I want to solve for y. If I solve for y, what do I do first from this standard form of the circle? What would you do? At some point, I will have to square root both sides, just not right now. What would I do first? Yes?
I want to move x minus h squared to the right side.
Right, I'm going to move that first, okay? So the first step I'm going to do is I'm going to keep y minus k still on the left-hand side equals r squared minus, you are correct, x minus h squared, both sides. Now what are you going to do? Keep in mind, I want to solve for y. Now I can do roots, right? So now in rainbow, okay. When I take the square root to both sides, I currently have y minus k equals, what happened when I take the square root to both sides? Plus or minus, very good. Okay, big radical. We don't need to FOIL these out. Okay, we're just going to keep it like that. Now, I still want to solve for k, so I can put k. Do you want to put k in the front or in the back? Back, okay. Is it because that's what you're used to? Yeah. So r squared minus x minus h squared. Okay, that's all under the radical. And then if I move the k over, it is now positive. Now, if you decide to put it in the front, it's totally okay. Okay. So y equals k plus or minus big radical r squared minus x minus h squared, like that. So that's a full circle still, but in a different format, in a y equals format. What if I just want the top half? I just want half a circle, but just the top half. What equation, which piece would you pick? What else? I just want half a circle, top half.
You take half the equation.
Do I divide, you mean like divide by 2?
Yeah, divide by the whole equation.
What do you think this is? What do you think this is? It's a full circle, right? Solved? What?
Just take positive values.
Yeah, right? We just take the positive equation, okay? So if I want the top, I just take the positive, in which I don't need to write positive. I would just write r squared minus quantity, okay? X minus h squared, and then I'm going to add the k behind. What do you want the bottom half? How is that different? Yeah, that's it, okay? Y equals negative big radical r squared minus x minus h close it square plus k. Hey, and if I'm going too fast, just let me know. I'll be more than happy to slow down. And this video will be uploaded on Canvas for you to check it out. Everyone say hi to mom and dad. No one wants to talk today? Number 4, standard form of an equation with a center at 0, 0. What is that going to look like now? Center form. Center is now 0, 0. Yeah, it's a lot simpler, right? Like that? And then in trig, we studied this thing called the unit circle. Ooh.
Yeah.
What equation is that? Unit circle. What does that even mean, unit circle?
I'm wrong.
That's okay, you'd be wrong.
Okay, is it like sine squared plus cosine squared equals? No, it's not.
It's a circle that the radius is exactly 1 meter.
Nicely done. A unit just means 1 unit of radius. Okay? And then they make a bunch of triangles out of that and then make you study trig. Okay? So it's just x squared plus y squared equals 1. You know, one of my friends came to me and said, I'm building a tree house and I can't figure out a roof because, you know, it's slanted. And he's like, he had me sit down and teach him trig so he can go and figure out what angle it needed to like meet up.
Okay, it's sine squared plus cosine squared equals 1.
That's right. Okay. See, it comes back, right? Okay. All right, so now we're going to get down to this one. It says half circle unit with a radius of 1, and also I want the center to be at 0, 0, just because it's easier, okay? So for this particular graph, I want you to do the top half a circle. What equation should we write down? What equation should we write down? What would a top half circle look like with the center being 0, 0, and the radius is also 1? Brendan?
Y equals square root of 1 squared minus x minus h squared plus k.
What happened to h and k?
Oh wait, is nothing.
Is nothing. So what is it going to look like? Square root of what? 1 is right.
Minus x.
Perfect. Okay. You're going to see this a lot later. Okay, so when you see this is y equals square root of 1 minus x, it looks funky, but hopefully then you will know, oh, snap, this is a half circle. Okay. All right, since it's top, center 0, 0, I'm going to graph it out. 1 unit radius means I'm going right 1, left 1, and up 1. Okay, and then connect the dots. I'm going to ask for a similar half circle, except now it's just the bottom half. What would the bottom half look like? What equation are we using? What's the only difference between top and bottom? Yeah.
There's negative in front of the radical, so it would be y equals -1 plus square root of 1 minus x squared.
Yeah, okay. Perfectly well said. So center still at 0. So now we have this. 1 unit radius, that means bottom 1, left 1, right 1, and then connect. So square root 1 minus x squared is always half a circle. Okay. We are going to get through example 1, A, B, C, D, and that's it. And I want to go with your packet, and that's the end of Friday. Yay. Look at that.
Can I see it?
Oh, I'm so sorry. Yes. Yeah. I'll take a little walk so I can give you time. Yeah, please do tell me to slow down, especially if you're handwriting the notes. Next week, I think we're back to traditional, right? That means we have normal tutorial? Okay. Yeah, so this class is right before tutorial, so you want to come in here and hang out tutorial, get your homework done, so on and so far. May I move up? If you object, please speak now. Okay. Example 1. Find the standard form of the equation of each circle with the given information. Tonight's homework, it's going to ask you to find the standard form, and it's going to ask you to find another form, both. The other form that's not mentioned in this note is just foiling it all out. I don't really need you to do that, okay? So when it says find the standard form and something else, ignore the something else. I'm only focusing on the standard form because that's the more defined form that's easier for us to identify the center, the radius, and graph it easily, okay? Okay, here we go. Part A. Can I write the standard form right away? Do we have everything provided for us on part A? Yes. Can I find the center? Okay. The center is at? Yeah, it's right here, right? So it's -2, 2. What else do I need? The radius? How big is this radius? 3 units, okay, so r equals 3. So, with that said, this is all square equals. All right, throw it at me. What do you want to say?
X plus 2 squared
X plus 2 squared
plus y minus 2 squared
plus y minus 2 squared
equals 9.
equals 9. Where did 9 come from? I only see r equals 3.
Squared.
Yes, it's r squared. So don't forget square r. Okay. This is a really short unit. We only have 3 sections, 1, 5, 2, 6, 3, 4. Okay. So after this, we're gonna have a test. There's no quiz in between because it's just too short. Again, if you are already struggling, especially with the function packet, please come and see me. Okay, I want to talk to you. Strategies, what are you going to do to be better? Or how much help or what kind of help do you need? Okay. B, do we have everything we need to write our standard form? Yes, okay. I got the center, so I can fill out at least a little bit, right? Here, x minus what? 1 square plus y minus 2 square. Now what? Equals what?
26.
How'd you get 26?
This was formula, and then squared it.
Oh.
Because the other point's like a point that's supposed to be on the outside, and since it's an equal distance from every side, then we find out what it is and then square it.
Beautiful. Well said. If they gave you the center and they gave you, and the circle contains the point -4, 3, the distance formula, anybody remember? Distance formula.
I think it's d is equal to rad x2 minus x1 squared.
Yep.
And then plus y2 minus y1 squared.
Beautiful. You guys agree? Yeah. And by the way, no, this is not the only way to find radius. Okay. So I'm going to plug in x1. I'm going to pick, or x2, it doesn't really matter. You can pick -4, -1, or you can switch them around because you're going to square it anyway. So it's always going to be positive. And then I'm going to take 3 minus 2 and square that. So -4 minus 1 is -5. -5 squared is 25, so that's 25. 3 minus 1 is 1. 1 squared is 1, so that's +1. That's about 26. Beautiful. Do I need to simplify radical 26? No, because remember, your end goal is writing an equation, right, of a circle, which is r squared. So what happens when I do r squared if the radius is rad 26? It's just 26. Is that the only way? Is that the only way to obtain the radius? This question.
You could take the standard form of the circle thing and then plug in all the points you know and just level up.
Okay, so I'm just going to copy down the standard form really quickly. The standard form given to you earlier was this. Okay? Remember, our goal is to find r squared. But do we already know the center? Yeah, the center is here. And isn't that h and k? Is there another point that we can use for x and y? Totally, okay? So they also gave you another point. They said, hey, there's another point. That can be x, that can be y. Plug them all in, and you can find r squared that way as well. All right, C, are we all in pairs? Is anyone left single? Okay, I'm gonna do, actually, can you
Just turn around or just communicate with the three of you.
Try to do part C together, and then we'll come back to go over it, right? So, part C. With endpoint of a diameter at 5,4 and 1,2. So, you and your partner, or it makes like the three of you, work it out together, talk it out, then we'll come back to it.
Oh, I thought it was y with 1 minus y with 2 over x. Was I wrong?
Oh wait.
Because I thought the y is.
Yeah, y is on top. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
You don't process the same thing.
But r is 2.
So validate. Wait, what were you saying? Do we have to solve? Oh, when we solve it. We just do C, right?
Yes, this is C.
And the center is 3.
Wait, so we have to write in standard form from there?
Yeah, just a standard form of C.
Yeah, you have to write in standard form. So that's the, so that's the diameter. So the diameter equals 5. The radius. Yeah. Right, yeah. From there, you find the center, right? And the radius.
I don't know if we can if it's 2, then we have enough, right?
X was a negative 2. Yes. Yeah, let me make it that. No, just C for now. Some people would want to get ahead. Okay, for C, did you guys find the center?
Yeah.
Where is the center? 3, 3? How did we get the center from the diameter? Midpoint. Let's review midpoint. What equation is the midpoint? Averages of the x, right? And averages of the y, right? Because we have 2 points. So x1 plus x2 all over 2, comma, y1 plus y2 all over 2. Okay, here we go. Let's find it to see if you're right. X's are 5 and 1. So 5 plus 1 over 2, comma, 4 plus 2 over 2. So is that 3, 3? Beautiful. Okay. Yes.
Could we also just graph it on like the graph totally above and then just kind of like draw a line between them and say that?
Oh yeah, I totally, yep. If I don't remember formulas, guys, I would graph it out, use Pythagorean theorem, you know, count my steps, you know. Now, I got the midpoint. I got the center. Now what? Distance. From where? What are you going to use? Okay, what 2 points? I have 3 points currently, so what 2 points would you like to use? 1, 2, and? Okay. In theory, can you use the end point and divide by 2?
Yes.
Yeah. So whatever floats your boat. Okay. All right. So distance, you guys have chosen this and this. So we're gonna go 3 minus 1 square plus 3 minus 2 square. So that's gonna give me what? 3 minus 1 is 2. 2 squares 4. And plus 1. So that's around 5. Okay. Do we have everything we need to write our standard form? Okay, so it's going to be x minus what? X minus 3 square plus? Equals to 5. Beautiful. Yep. Okay. Good job, guys. All right, D for dog. I gave you the center. 3, -1. And this circle is tangent to this awesome line. Oh no, we'll do it together. And what's this circle is it's also tangent to the line x equals to -2. The word tangent means what? You're right. In trig, that's what it means. But on graphing or in geometry, it means it touches how many times? Exactly one time. So all you need now is a radius. How do you get the radius? I do. When in doubt, graph it out. Right. So it says, hey, you know, center it at 1, 2, 3, -1. So here's my center. Then this circle is supposed to have a tangent to the line x equals to -2. So 1, -2. Okay, x equals -2. Right? So technically, would you agree that it's something like this? Yes, no, maybe? The question is, is it easier to count once it's graphed out? Yeah. Look, center's right there. It's supposed to be touching this line once and only once. So how long is that radius? 5. Nice. So x minus 3 square plus y plus 1 square equals to 25, right? Okay. Cool. Okay, I'll leave that up. I'll take a walk around the room.